Hello everyone, Joe Buscaglia here just outside Niagara Field in Orchard Park, where the Bills just wrapped up their first practice of the week leading up to their game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which will happen in the stadium right behind me. A game that they really need to have. There's really no other options here if they have any chance of making the postseason, and it's going to be a tough out for sure. But coming into the week, we had some interesting developments, obviously, from the last game against the Oakland Raiders. I mean, that was just an implosion. It was a complete meltdown, a snowball effect, whichever term you want to use for what happened in Oakland for the Buffalo Bills, where they blew a 15-point lead and ended up losing by 14 to those Oakland Raiders. But, you know, there's a few different storylines from that, and the biggest one by far is what's happening with Tyrod Taylor right now. I mean, I've seen it really over social media, whether it be Facebook, whether it be Twitter. I mean, there's a lot of people who seem to have flipped on Tyrod Taylor because of that game. And fans, not just media. I mean, I am of the belief that if he doesn't continue to improve, or if he does not improve over these final four games, then they need to think long and hard about letting him go and starting over at the quarterback position. But it was really interesting to see fans kind of flip that way after that Oakland game, because the passing game has gone down in all major categories and everything like that. So, and even Rex Ryan on both Sunday after the game and Monday when the team returned from California, he softened a little bit on his outright clamoring for the fact that Tyrod Taylor was his guy no matter what and everything like that. So that was a bit interesting as well. But today it was a little bit of a walk-back effect. You know, Rex Ryan still didn't come outwardly and say, you know, this is my guy here, now, and forever. Just wait. He'll show you guys. Just wait. He more so said, we're just focused on Pittsburgh this week. We're not worried about any evaluations throughout the year. Although he did give some support to Tyrod, which is a little bit different from what he did on Monday and Sunday, by saying, I think he's an outstanding quarterback, and I think he has a chance to be an outstanding quarterback. So, you know, try and read the tea leaves as much as you can, but, you know, to me, at least, just from a perception standpoint, that the Bills aren't talking as confidently and as highly about Tyrod as they once were earlier on in the season. Now, in terms of injuries for this upcoming game, Sammy Watkins, the star wide receiver, who his snap count went up from 45% of offensive snaps against Jacksonville to 68% against Oakland. He did not practice on Wednesday. It was what they're hoping to be just a rest day for him, and they want to see how he progresses as the week kind of goes on, although Rex Ryan did say that he feels a lot better coming out of this game than he did in the previous game, that's for sure. And Robert Woods, who has sat out the last two games with a knee injury, practiced on a limited basis, so that's a good sign for the Bills and Tyrod Taylor and getting another weapon out there, but we'll have to see if that knee is able to come back so quickly after that injury. He was sporting a pretty big brace on it today at practice. Cornerback Ronald Darby, he was at practice today, participated. He's out of concussion protocol. Seems like he's on track to make his return to the starting lineup on Sunday against the Steelers, and they're going to need him because they've got that whole Antonio Brown guy, and yeah, this one guy that you might have heard of, Ben Roethlisberger, yeah, he'll be there too. So the Bills, a couple more practices this week. We'll reconvene tomorrow here from One Bills Drive, and that's when we'll talk next. I'm Joe Buscaglia. We'll talk to you next time.